everybody. I think I have everything in front of me besides a couple ingredients that are refrigerated that need to stay in there anyways. I am so excited for this recipe. It's been like I've been salivating over it. Just a quick disclaimer, my nausea has come back. Again, if you don't know, I am now almost 19 weeks pregnant. And yeah, my nausea has come back really bad, so I'm trying to power through this video. But we'll see how it goes. I am making a delicious seafood chowder, and I can't wait. Oh my gosh. As many of you know, seafood is one of my favorite foods, and it's been a big craving for pregnancy. And I heard a while, maybe it was Scarlett's pregnancy, when I was pregnant with Scarlett, you're not really supposed to eat a whole lot of like shellfish and stuff. So I do try to limit that, but I mean, I've got lobster. I only buy lobster at Aldi, and they literally only have it, you know, certain times of the month or the year. But it's cheaper at Aldi, so I don't go crazy. They're let's see, it's about 10 ounces of lobster. They're decent size, but these are only $12, and when you go to like a bigger grocery store, they're probably around $15, $16. So in all honesty, this is a really good deal. And like I said, I don't go crazy, and I just bought 2 tails. I was gonna get crawfish, which if I put that in the video, you'll see that. But I forgot it, and I didn't want to make my husband go get it. So if he does go get it, that'll be a surprise, and I'd be very grateful, but he doesn't have to. So I'm just going to go over quickly everything that's going to be in this chowder, and then we'll go into prepping and then making the actual soup or chowder. So first things first, I have some seafood stock. Usually we can't find this in our area. I don't know why, but this, like, literally it's like new to our area, so I'm so excited. But we finally have seafood stock. So that's your base, along with milk and cream, but I'm keeping those in the fridge, so those are your base liquids. Spices, we got salt, pepper, paprika, oregano, and basil, some fresh parsley. I also have some fresh thyme, which I did forget. Crap, I thought I got it all. And then I'll probably throw in some like red pepper flakes and chili powder when it's cooking, but I haven't decided yet. Seasonings is completely up to you. This is just what I had out. I have leeks because I love leeks, so I'm gonna chop them off and clean them really well. I also have 1 onion. I'm gonna mix the leeks and the onion together. Celery, which my husband doesn't like celery, so I'm putting just a very little amount in. I don't really like celery either, but I don't mind it in soups and things like that. I'm just using this up because it was in my fridge and I have no other use for 1 random pepper, so I'm going to put a red pepper in there. 2 potatoes, but I have a lot of fish, so I'm not sure if I'm going to add more. I'm going to see how much that chops up. Garlic, because, I mean, everything's got garlic. And let's see here. I've got a couple things here. Like I said, I forgot my crawfish, which was actually the main fish I really wanted to use, but I forgot it because I'm an idiot. So we do have the 2 lobster tails, which I'm probably just going to like sprinkle on top. I haven't really decided yet because it's actually, you're supposed to just lay all the seafood in. So I think I'm just going to throw it in. I don't know. I do have lump crab, which this is actually the claw meat. It's a little cheaper than the lump crab, and it'll make the soup kind of look a little nicer with the red color of the lump crab, or of the claw. And then you need some sort of whitefish, and I don't know, I didn't really know which one to go with, so I just picked flounder. And then I have some baby scallops. I love scallops. My husband doesn't too much, but I thought if they were littler, he'd eat them. So yeah, that is everything. So now let's just get prepping, because this video is probably already going to be a long one. So I'm going to do something different, because usually I do voiceovers. But I'm going to do partially talking to you and partially voiceover once I get to the oven or the stovetop. I'm going to chop these celery like in half that way. Sorry, kind of ish. And just to make them kind of smaller for my husband. Like I said, he doesn't like them, so I'm not going to make them real nice and big for him. And honestly, I might just do it again. Yeah. Also, if you do everything smaller, it cooks faster and all that fun stuff. So I am cutting them horizontally, like twice then. Alright, now we're just gonna chop them. Like I said, you can use as much celery as you want. I'm not using too much because I'm trying to be nice to my husband. But I mean, look at how little these pieces are. So let me know in the comments what kind of, like what you prefer for like videos. If you'd rather like see the actual chopping and just do voiceovers, or if you don't mind me like watching me actually do it and like hearing my voice live. Because I mean, either one, I feel like this one's a little longer, and I probably won't talk as much as we get going, so I can just kind of fast forward through a lot of this. My child's kind of quiet. She's running around here somewhere. She's 2.5 and she has stopped napping. Kind of by choice of us, and also she hasn't been sleeping well at night. So we found out that the days that she does nap, she doesn't sleep well at night. So I honestly, for the amount of seafood I have, I'm really big in portions and making sure everything's like even. This isn't a lot of celery, and I know my husband doesn't like it, but I'm gonna do one more stalk. So I'm doing 3 stalks of celery, so I'll be right back. What, honey? We found Scarlett. What? You wanna come say hi? Come here. Oh, she's still in her kind of PJs, but we had kind of a lazy day this morning, huh? Mm-hmm. Is Mama cooking? Are you gonna help Mama when you get big? Yeah.
A puppy?
Puppy? Oh, Pepper, good job. She loves Pepper. All right, Mama's gotta put you down, okay? Aw, honey, I gotta cook, okay? I love you. Honey, Mama's gotta cook, okay? Good girl. Okay, I'm gonna look like a real nerd here, guys, but this literally works. And I got these for Christmas from my mom because I'm super sensitive to cutting onions. And so these are those onion goggles. So I look real cool, I'm sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and chop my onion up. I swear I have better cutting skills than this, but this onion's like super kind of slippery. I'm just gonna put my onions and celery together because they're gonna cook the same amount of time. So in the Leeks, I honestly don't know if you can use this green part. I've tried to before, and I feel like you have to cook it for a really long time to get it soft. So I'm just going to, I'm actually going to cut here. I'm only using probably 1 to maybe 2 of these, but I'm going to just get them prepped for in my fridge, or just put them back in my fridge. So you cut them kind of a little bit into the green part. So I feel like there's a lot of waste to Leeks. Like I said, I don't know. You may be able to use more than what I'm using. Be careful, Scarlett. Scarlett's playing right by my camera. Okay. Okay. So, like I said, I feel like this is such a waste. I don't know. I don't want to get rid of this. I'm going to figure out something. I don't know. Because I don't know if you can really use these. I guess, let me take my goggles off. I don't really need them for leeks. Leeks are super dirty on the inside, like super muddy and gross. So I'm gonna go rinse these off real quick and clean off my board because there is some dirt on my board now, and I'll be right back. So I cleaned out my leeks really well. I'm gonna wipe off my dirt. And just gonna get thrown in the wash now. And alright, so now it's kind of like a green onion. So you're gonna take the end off right here. That's the root. I'm gonna keep this longer one and just use the two shorter ones.
Black.
Black. And I'm gonna cut it down the center. Nothing, sweetie. And then cut it down the center.
What?
I have no idea if this is how it's even done, how you really properly cut leeks. I love leeks, but I don't really know how to work with them.
Boy. Go!
I'm going to do kind of like what I did with the celery and cut it diagonally and then cut it diagonally or horizontally again. You want to make sure everything's about the same size so it cooks at the same rate. And like I said, the green part is definitely a little tougher. Ooh, I should have kept my goggles on. I'm gonna go get those real quick. Yeah, I'm only gonna do one of the leeks, I think, guys. I don't want too much onion, so 2 different kinds of onions and don't know. Okay, so now we're just gonna cut the potatoes. I'm gonna dice them or cut them diagonally like this. I leave the skin on because I don't mind potato skin and it's a pain in the ass to peel potatoes. And my potatoes are washed. Sorry, I always forget these are still on. Guys, I just want to point out that I made myself presentable today. I mean, I still look a little rough, but I tried to braid my hair because that's about the only thing that my hair can do right now. A tip, real quick, when you are prepping vegetables, if you keep potatoes in water, they will not brown. So if I'm prepping and I'm not ready to cook right away, I'll store them in water. So this is 2 potatoes, and I actually think it's enough, so I'm just not going to do another one. Like I said, I'm going to put water in it and continue prepping the rest of the veggies. Alright, and then the last one we're going to cut up is the pepper. My prep station here because some of my fish is actually not thawed out quite yet, so I'm just going to leave it sitting out here while I start the cooking process of the soups or of the vegetables, and we'll go from there. I am going to clean up the kind of scraps. Oh, you know what? Forgot to chop some garlic. I'm just gonna, I used to love garlic, and I mean I do love garlic, but pregnancy garlic and garlic do not mix. I've discussed this before, but I have a really bad aftertaste, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of garlic. It's probably not enough, but if I need more, I'll just do the powder. Alright, so all those veggies go in together, so you can just add them all in together when we pour it into the soup. Alright, so I'm going to clean up what little mess I have here left and get my soup pot on the oven, the stovetop, and get to working. Alright, in my Le Creuset pan, I got a whole stick of butter and I am going to melt it in a pan. Go ahead and use the whole stick, people. It makes it rich and creamy and just everything's better with butter. And I'm going to help the melting process by moving it around the bottom of the pan to make it melt faster. And at this point, my daughter made an accident in her diaper, so I had to go change her in her stinkiness, and my butter got a little brown, as you can tell. So now I'm adding my leeks, onion, celery, garlic, and red pepper, and we're just going to saute to soften them up a bit and let them marry together. And now we are going to add our spices. If you can see, I've let it cook or sweat for a little longer. And we're going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of paprika, which I will be adding here next. And I don't remember what I said, but this is 2 tablespoons of paprika, and it may look like a lot, but I promise I kept adding spices as I went. And then this is a tablespoon of basil, a tablespoon of oregano, and then I added a tablespoon of celery salt, and then black pepper and salt to taste. And the 2 things I did not add, but I added later, was Tony Szechuan seasoning, which is kind of like Old Bay, but it's just so much better. And then I added a lot of Valentinas at the end. I meant to add it here, but I forgot, so I added it at the end. Tabasco works fine, or Louisiana, whatever you got. So now we're just mixing these together. And we are going to add some thyme, some fresh thyme. And we're just mixing them again. And now we're adding the potatoes. And I just mixed this together until everything was incorporated. And I poured enough liquid to basically cover everything. And then you bring it to kind of a light boil and let the potatoes cook for about 15 minutes until they're slightly soft. And once we are at that point, I am going to add more seasonings. This might be the Tony Szechuan I was talking about. I freaking love it. It's so good. And then I'm just mixing together again. Like I said, this is where we really tinker with the flavor. And now I'm adding in our claw meat of the crab. It was so good, guys. Oh, can't. Crab meat. Love it. And then we are adding in our scallops. Our whitefish is going in next. And then our lobster. And I didn't have enough of my stock left, so all I did was added water. And again, you are going to cover until the fish and everything is completely covered. And you're going to, again, let that simmer. I did about 10-15 minutes again until the fish becomes tender. And I did get crawfish, so you'll see me adding it here. It was a little frozen, so I had to cook a little longer to kind of unthaw the crawfish. But there is my big block of crawfish my sweet, lovely husband brought. And so we're going to let that cook for a little longer and thaw that crawfish out. And then after that, we are adding in our cream. And I ended up using the whole container.
like I said, I made a really big pot, so you might have to adjust the measurements if you're making a smaller amount with less fish or whatever. And then basically to add just volume to the soup, I added milk. This is completely optional if you have enough liquid here at this point, but I just wanted the soup to go a really long time since I'm spending a lot of money for it. So I added in some milk, and you want that to just cook through and the cream and the milk to warm. If you want, you can bring it to a soft simmer to kind of thicken. And again, I'm adding a little bit more milk, but again, same process. You want it to thicken, so go ahead and add some more. And here I am tasting it and adding whatever more I need. But that is pretty much it. I'm just gonna ladle this deliciousness into my bowl, and I'm going to eat it up.
I'm so excited to try this. It's loaded. My husband's home and he's making fun of me. But he brought me crawfish, so thank you. So good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a definite try. You don't have to put all of the seafood in that I did. I kind of did the extreme. So you can add whatever fish you want. I just kind of put all of my favorites in. So, but as usual, if you want to see more recipes, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye!